Is that better? Well, are you celebrating that we're reconnecting your buds, or are you celebrating that? Nope, it says loading. 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 Oh, there we go.
Now it is.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Oh, it's currently 2:22 p.m. Oh wow, that's a cool number to start on. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for surviving the technical difficulties in the audio. But what we are doing right now, because it was kind of spontaneous, we were already making a video. We're like, hey, we might as well go live and see if anybody comes and hangs out. And we are testing some other stuff right now. I have a monitor that has the live set up so I can actually read the chat from a little bit further away. Anyways, what I'm doing is basically homework. I gotta set this thing up. It's called a power tower by a company called Sports Royales. But that is actually just a sub-brand of this company called Fed Fitness. I'm gonna be making a video with this product later, but I gotta set the thing up regardless, right? So that's what's up. That's what we're doing. It looks like there might be a lot going on here, and this might take a while because this is the parts list. So that is what I'll be doing for like the next hour, probably, based on the length of this parts list. And you guys get to join in on the adventure with me because I was gonna film it anyway. All right, let's go. There, to start, are a whole bunch of big pieces that are on this instruction kit. And right now they are completely wrapped up in all sorts of packaging in the box. So my first step is to take apart all the packaging, assemble all the things on the floor so I know what is actually on the parts list and what I've actually got. And this is where the journey begins. The part that was inaudible, I was telling you guys that part of the reason why this box looks like it's in the shape that it is because it got delivered and then for 4 hours it was sitting in the rain. So the bottom half of the box got soaked and started falling apart when we started lifting it and bringing it up the stairs. This thing's about 80 pounds total, and some of the sharp, cornery, pointy chunks of metal started ripping through the wet cardboard. So we opened up the box to try to take some of the weight, take some of the looser things out to remove some of the burden on the cardboard, and it didn't really work, but we made the box even worse. And now it looks like this. So we are ready to assemble, and it looks a little bit messy. All right. I showed you the parts list a second ago, and it probably looked a little bit crazy because it looks like this. Ta-da, parts list. However, luckily, a significant portion of that parts list is just telling us what we got here in our hardware. That is very handy. I'm going to pop that open real quick. Oh, hi, Benji. Hi, Benji. Hi, Benji. Let's see what that looks like. Everything is labeled. Both cameras. All right. Here is our hardware pack. As you can see, we got lots of tools, lots of wrenches, Allen keys for the bolts, nuts, washers, and everything is labeled really well with exactly what it is that we need. So that might have gotten a little damaged because I've been throwing this thing around a little bit, but it's a good start. So we got this. I'm gonna put that over here. And I think it's now time to just start removing plastic. Let's go. We got some corner pieces that are probably trying to keep this super scary looking piece of metal from stabbing into things. That's cool. I guess I'll do the cleanup later because I don't want this to take forever. Right. Let's start lining up the pieces. What can I disassemble from here? We got bungee cords. I might have said this earlier, but I don't know if you knew what I was talking about. But these bungees are really strong elastics, right? And supposedly in this setup, they get set up so that they can help lift this platform up and down, and you can set up how many bungees you want to use. And so if you're just trying to get started into pull-ups, you can't pull yourself up all the way. You can get some assistance because the bungee will lift the platform up for you and help you get a little higher into your pull-up. So I'm this is a unique product to me. I've never seen anything like this before for like home and regular people use. So that's why I got this one. And now we get to unbox it and set it up. I don't know if I'm that excited about actually setting it up because there's a lot. But Benji, we're gonna need you to move. The knives are coming out. But that is what it is. You want to have new toys, you gotta set up your new toys. So here we are. There is a bunch of these crazy thick zip ties holding everything down. Benji is having a blast sniffing things, so I'm gonna be extra careful not to cut away from myself towards Benji. I'm gonna cut towards myself, which is generally not recommended. Usually, do not take sharp, pointy things and pull it towards your body. Pull it elsewhere. And Benji's not paying attention, so perfect. Let's. Ooh, yes, be distracted by that. Just don't eat it. So I'm going to see how many of these I can pull off before Benji starts looking back at our stuff. Oh no, he is eating the zip tie, and that just popped off. All right, hold on. One last one. Ah! Benji, what are you doing? If you can't behave yourself, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Benji, hey, if you're gonna growl at me, I'm gonna have to be mean. Actually, wait, I have treats. I can get him to drop it. I have treats. Sorry for the detour. Hold on. We have some really nice dried beef liver treats that Benji loves. As you can see, he's staring right up at me as soon as I brought it out and he smelled the bag opening. Benji, come. Sit. Lay down. No. Lay down. I'm trying to break off a little piece because that didn't work. That was barely anything. I feel bad now. All right, here you go. You can have a little bit more. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Enjoy. All right. I got to slowly make my way over to confiscate the plastic while he's distracted. Oh, snap. It's raining beef liver on your head. Sorry, bud. All right. All right. This, I got a feeling this install or this project is going to take a little longer than I expected. All right. Let's get back to it. What did I unclip? Or what did I cut off? Here's one. Here's two. Here's three. I need a trash bag. I'm going to use that as a trash bag. Let's see. What else we got? We got some handlebars. This is something I recognize. This has a ton of tape on it. I don't think there's a way I'm going to be able to disassemble or take this out without cutting the tape, is there? Does this work? Oh, okay, that did work. Never mind. Oh, but this side is not open. All right. And here we go. That is another arm. I don't think we need these for a long time, but take a look. Oh, okay. You guys are really probably. These are some handlebars or some dips, something to hold on to. But also, if you're like into old school martial arts looking movies, this might look like. Anyways, before we get too distracted by childhood weapons, Tongfa, if you are into Final Fantasy, we're gonna keep going so that doesn't happen. All right, more things to unravel. What in the world does this do? I think this is related to the setup for the elastic band stuff, but I don't know. Let's put it down. Ugh, okay. Garbage into the bag. Foam down. Foam. No, don't eat the styrofoam, Benji. Cardboard. Foam. Wet, sad cardboard from rain. More foam. I forgot. Oh, it's the pull-up bar. It's the actual top of the pull-up bar. Yes. Be afraid. Oh. The foam. The foam grips feel pretty nice. The bar looks pretty clean. Everything looks solid. Good. All right. Let's keep going. Disassembly. This is just foam that I don't need. Something really scary is sticking out of the ground. Let's take a look at what this is. Oh, there's another zip tie. Benji, stay. And maybe I should start with this actually. This seems a little bit more manageable than the ginormous piece. Looks like we got some support, some balance things. It's at an angle, so I think these go for the armrests of the setup. And let's put that down. What we got here? What we got here? Ah, okay. So I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this part yet, but it looks like it's very removable. There is a feature where it basically is designed to do this and stay upright when your platform comes down, so that this doesn't fall all the way to the ground, so you have a little bit of support. It seems a little scary. Like if you know, 100-pound person went boom like that onto this little piece of wood, onto this little tiny circle, seems a little crazy. I don't know 100% how I feel about it just yet, but I guess once we assemble it, we'll find out. Let's see what is next. We got some nice looking stainless steel over here. This looks really fancy. Ooh, I got no idea what this is for. And I also, oh, there we go. Ooh, these feel nice. I still have no idea what these are for, but this is nice. Okay, sorry. Distracted. Ah, how smooth the finish is. Everything else is painted with like that sort of, not sandpaper, but the textured paint. That is just really smooth and cold to the touch and feels cool. Feels cool. Something about stainless steel just feels cool. All right, it looks like I'm mostly done with the smaller items in our kit. Oh, this will not come out. Oh, there we go, broke the tape. That's fine. I imagine these are for hooking the elastic bands into, but again, I will find out later. Let's put these more or less together. Try not to smash them. I'm one of those people who, when you're putting something together, I'm like very gentle and delicate with it. But then, like within a couple of days after I've used it, and I've scratched it up just a little bit or damaged it or whatever, I'm like, ah, who cares? What does it matter? But I don't. So I don't know why I do this. But in the assembly process, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to be careful, be so gentle. I don't want to scratch up the paint as if it's not eventually going to be destroyed. It's just a matter of this week or next week, right? But whatever. That's just how I do it. Is it illogical? Does it not make any sense? Yeah, maybe. But whatevs. Oh, that is not coming apart. All right, back to the knife. Try not to scratch the paint right now. And ta-da, we have opened it. I just accidentally touched the knife blade, so that was a little scary for a second there, but luckily I wasn't moving so fast that it caused any issues. Let's do that again. I need to remove a little bit more material right here. Is that deep enough of a cut? Nope, not enough. Will it succeed? Yes, success. Okay. These are the bars that come through the top, because to be able to do the pull-up bar has to kind of, not be directly on top of the machine. You have to be able to move. I'm running out of floor space. All right. I guess I'll just start boxing myself in over here. What else we got? What else we got? I need to very, very soon get to the base of this, and it seems like all that's left is the base because everything else is the top half. Cool. All right, that's straightforward enough. We got. Oh, okay. I understand now. I understand what this is now. This big, scary, pointy thing is the base I was talking about. Oh, that looks very substantial. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. has a code number on it. It says FBCG053. I don't know what Facebook has to do with this. I'm pretty sure it's not related to Facebook at all. I just only associate the letters F and B together with Facebook. All right, this seems like an important first step. Let's put it out here for just a second. And this looks like, oh, this looks like elastic stuff. So let's put elastic stuff with elastic stuff over here. Assuming that is elastic stuff. If I'm completely wrong, we'll find out real soon. All right, other base. Nice, nice, nice. I was wondering if anything got damaged while we were moving it around, and it does seem like there is not a noticeable scratch on anything, so that is cool. All right, other side. Boom. Is that visible on the camera? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, it looks like it is. Sweet. What else we got? What else we got? What in the heck is this? Oh, these are for pulleys. These are still more elastic things. I think I'm gonna stop taking some of these pieces out of the wrapping because I don't want it to scratch stuff. This is super lightweight. I wonder what this is. Oh, it's the foam. All right, we'll put it with the foam. Nice, good catch. What else? What else? What else? What else? I think I need to get back to the knife. Actually, I think we might be close enough to start taking a look at what the first steps are. First step, first step, first step. We take the base, and then right after that, we use some bolts, some washers, some nuts to secure the uprights and then the crossbar. Okay, uprights and crossbar. To do that, we need the base brackets to the risers using the M10 65 bolts, 10 times 30 flat washers, and M10 nuts. Where's the hardware? There's the hardware. What we got? What we got? I'm gonna move this out of the way because this will come right at the very end. I don't need this anytime soon. Boom, let's get rid of that. Hey, look, this piece is really big for protecting my floor and expanding my floor space. Should have thought about that first. All right, we have this. I need my bolts. I assume this big pack of bolts is all the bolts that I need. Is that correct? What is this called? This is the M1065, 1030, and nut. Oh, okay, cool. So these are all pre-assembled for me. I don't even have to grab them out of individual pieces. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 from the side. So that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna lay these out real quick, but I'm gonna try not to step on them and ruin my floor. Because me being totally silly, I have messed up all the floor space I prepared for assembly. All right. The first instruction says to set up the upright. Let's look at what the upright looks like. I'm gonna do some cleanup and open up the space so that I can actually pull this out of the box. Oh, smash some things. Yep. Goodbye, plant. You make the space look nice, but now you're in the way. All right, scoot that out of the way. Scoot this out of the way. And this out of the way. There's a lot of trash. All right, uprights. These are the things that were poking holes at the bottom of the box. You might not be able to see this, but there are literally wet chunks of cardboard. They're not wet anymore. They dried out, but there are chunks of cardboard, and you can see that it has punched through here probably at the bottom of the box. Can you see that when I'm lifting it up like this? Yeah. All right, so I was worried about that getting damaged, and realistically, what it damaged was my floor and not the metal. But let's see what's going on here. We have the uprights. I'm gonna try not to smash this into my ceiling. That would be really embarrassing. Protecting my floor so much, I destroy the ceiling. And how do I tell if this is a right or left side? Oh, it's labeled right side. Does that mean that these are identical and don't matter if there's a right side or a left side. It looks like they are basically the same. So that's probably enough to get us started. Let's see. These are the holes. I'm probably going to have to assemble sideways. Let's see. If I want to assemble sideways, I'm probably going to need a little bit more floor space. What do I want to do to gather my floor space? Maybe I'll take this out because this is my next step. And I'll start putting some of the things back into the box and scooting the box out of the way. Because the box is taking up a huge chunk of space. Maybe I should have been smart and prepared more floor foam for this. Benji is seeing all of this action, all of these crazy things getting put all over the place, and is crawling around a little frightened. Good! Be afraid. What are these? Oh, push-up handlebars. Nice, nice, nice. Second set of push-up handlebars. Some more upright looking things. And that is the box. Alright, great. We can get rid of the box now. Oh, nope, the box is... Oh. This is what I'm talking about. The chunks of metal were so heavy that while we were lifting the box, they were coming to push through the wet box. And it looks like a rat chewed on it, but it's just water. It was just water. Alright. Move that out of the way. I accidentally knocked the light. That's a little scary. For the sake of this live stream not taking forever for you to watch me assemble, I'm going to just casually toss all of the trash over to the side and go clean that up later. Now, we have created some more space. I don't need these just yet, so I'm going to scoot them to the back. I just pinched my finger between two things of metal, and that kind of hurts. It wasn't like I went whoosh and did it aggressively. I just lifted it up like this, and then one of my fingers got a little caught. All right. Let's take a final look at the instructions. Where do the holes line up? It seems like it would be really obvious, but that's exactly when you make mistakes. And I would like to not disassemble and reassemble this thing a whole bunch of times. Okay, so these holes here are not centered, right? The diagram actually shows a slightly different version of this, but I'm pretty sure that's that. And they just pre-assembled the bolt for me. Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Anyways, these holes are not centered. They're a little closer to this end and they're on this end. That is how we're going to go put these together. We are going to have those towards the back of the equipment. This is the left side, and that is fine because this part doesn't matter. Can I do this? Do I have enough space? I think I'm good if I do this. Not the stainless steel beautiful tubes. Let's scoot those out of the way. And boom. Here we are. Alright, 4 bolts. That should be straightforward enough. Do we punch the bolts through the top or do we do it through the bottom? I imagine through the top is easier, but what does it recommend? No, it says do it from the bottom. Okay. Fine. From the bottom it is. From the bottom it is. And I don't know if you can see, but my shirt is starting to get sweaty. Sweaty! Are there any comments in the chat that I should be addressing or looking at? Because I really haven't been. Not right now. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to put the bolts through. The washers are on the side where the nut is not on in these pictures. So that's what I want to do. Now that we got 2 in, we got the corresponding nuts down on the floor. Let's get all 4. Unscrew. Pop that down. Pop that through. And other side. Man, unpacking it took so much longer than I was expecting. Now that we got these 4 bolts coming through, let's stick our top piece in. Actually, now that we have that done, you might be able to just stick it up straight this way, temporarily. Ta-da! And these nuts have a little rubber seal on them to keep them from sliding back out, which is nice because we don't want them to come loose. Coming loose is definitely not what you want your heavy equipment to be doing when you are working out and swinging from them. That is gotten about finger tight until the rubber ring touched the. What is the best way to set this up? I need to be able to get underneath this chunk to put the Allen key in, and I also need to be able to secure the top with a wrench so that I can actually tighten it. Let's see what we got here. Allen keys, nice, and wrenches, nice. Let's open this up. Let's open this up. Oh, maybe I don't want to cut through my floors. That should be plenty here, and that should be plenty there. Toss that over to the side. Let's get some Allen keys. Boom. Yeah, 2. Oh, what? These are labeled step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. There's steps on these. This is so nice. Okay. I don't know if I showed this. I mean, you might have seen this when I was doing it, but it literally says steps 4-1, step 4-2, step 2, step step 1. It's really hard to see, but before I open up the plastic, it says step 1 up there. It says step 2 over here. Step. Yeah. Oh, okay. Live, folks. It says step 1 here for these bolts that we need to put the legs together. And then down here, there's a step 4, 2, step 2, step 3, step 3, step 6. There's a whole bunch of steps. So that is super helpful. I thought I was just looking for things, but clearly I don't even have basic reading comprehension. I was looking at diagrams and going, oh, cool, diagrams, nice. And now I realize it was labeled really, really well for me. All right, we need the big wrench because those are big bolts. Can I get my fingers underneath this plastic and get to the big wrench? Big wrench! Oh, man. Wow, this cardboard is way harder than I thought it was going to be. There we go. Boom. And now different pieces are slipping out of the container. I knew that was going to happen. Dang it. All right. Let's see which Allen key fits into this one. Perfect. Which wrench fits into that one? Oh, that seems a little loose. That seems pretty good. Is it significantly bigger? It doesn't seem like it'd be a 13 millimeter. It doesn't seem like it'd be a 10 millimeter. But I guess I can try. No, definitely not 13. All right, we got 16 and 17. No, sorry, 17 and 19. I can't read. All right, not 19. It's 17. Got it. All right, let's slowly tighten this up. So one of the things about tightening up stuff like this is if you just tighten up one bolt all the way, you might lock yourself into like a weird mess at an angle or something. So you kind of want to do a little bit of everything. But the first couple of rotations isn't that important because it's not tight. It's like so wobbly and loose. But as you get tighter and tighter and tighter, you might want to do a little bit at a time and try to even it out. The reason why I bring this up is because this leg is sort of at an angle right now, right? There's some pressure on the frame to go in a slightly weird direction. So I'm going to try to make sure that nothing uneven, I guess, gets locked in and stays weird. And then I don't put a whole bunch of pressure on the metal with these bolts, with these nuts, with these washers, that isn't at a weird angle. All right, tighten these up. Everything seems to be going pretty smoothly for the moment. Nothing feels all that weird. One of the things that can happen when you're putting washers and nuts on things is you kind of go in at a weird angle and then you destroy the threads on a screw, the little like spirally things on the, not screw, but the bolt. And that makes some things really not usable anymore because you destroyed the main way that it works. Okay, still got some room, still got some room, still got some room, still got some room. I'm gonna think about what it's gonna take to do that nicely. All right, let's do it. Oh wow, this is tall. I guess when I was doing it on the ground, it seemed much more manageable. All right. Is this the recommended way? I don't know. I didn't watch the YouTube video, but this is how I'm gonna do it, and it seems to be working just fine. We're tightening up this one. That's good. Tighten up this one. That's good. And we're looking. There does not seem to be any play left in this. The bolts seem to be popping out about the same amount for each of these. Actually, this one right here, I only did one rotation of, and it looks like I only did one rotation of. So I'm going to do one tiny bit more. Okay, that seems good. This might be done. Boom. Oh, it stands on its own. That makes sense. But if I like lean it, does it tip over? No, it comes back. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna move this out the way, and then we'll restart on the other side. Actually, I'm gonna move this like over here or something. Let's keep going. I need my 4 bolts. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can get this out of the way because I don't need any more strings anymore, but I do need this puppy. Plus this puppy. Cool. Setting it up just like before, where the backside is over here. Bada bang, bada boom. Oh, it looks like the frame has just enough that I don't need to put the bolts in all the way first. But now I gotta line up bolts. There we go. There's one. Oh, I messed up. I didn't put the washer in the first bolt. Let's replace one first, and then come back. Boom. Wash. Washer. I think these projects can look really overwhelming at first when you don't know what all the pieces look like and where they're supposed to go immediately. But once you get in the groove, you're like, oh, look, it's just 4 of these that secures the leg down. That's easy. Each of the parts becomes a lot more manageable. And I don't know if I'm going to have some sort of philosophical way of approaching life using this exact mentality for you, but a lot of things that are hard might become much more manageable if you break it down into parts. All right, let's wrap up the productivity training workshop and get back into doing this. Actually, I kind of want to. Doesn't matter right now. No. All right. So what I'm fumbling around with is what I was talking about earlier, where if you over tighten and the thing is at an angle, you might get it sort of stuck and tightened in at an angle where we want it to be not at an angle. We want it to be nice and flush. But for the first couple of rotations on this bolt, at least, it doesn't matter at all because we're not close enough to get anything to get stuck on because the bolt is long enough that it's not actually an issue. And I was just being unnecessarily cautious a little early. And I'm being cautious in general because I don't want to have to disassemble and fix something. Alright. Oh, this is a much better angle. I can see the bolt a little bit better and have a lot more confidence that I'm doing just fine. Alright. I think we're about ready to do the final tightening. So I'm gonna make sure that all of it is resting on top the way it's supposed to. And let's get tightening. Wrench. And so I am seeing a little bit of paint that got chipped at the bottom of this thing. It's not a lot of paint, just like a tiny little bit. And I'm wondering if that is paint. No, it's paint that came off of the frame. I was like, is this wood that came off my floor? Did we smash the floor at some point? The camera over on the YouTube live is got the lights on. I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, it's off now. I don't know when it turned on, but did it help? Did it make it brighter? Oh, oh, okay. It didn't do anything. You didn't even remember that it was turned on. I guess we have natural light and we have other lights that are much better. All right, is that feeling good? Is that looking good? All right, hold on. I'm absolutely certain you probably don't have to be this conscious and thoughtful about the assembly process, and you definitely probably don't have to do what I'm doing, making this thing flip upside down and then tightening one bolt at a time and all of this, because there's enough give, there's enough built in that's probably not actually that important, but this is just how I am. So I think this is done. I'm gonna give it a little stress test. So shake. Oh, that's kind of cool that it is able to handle that. All right. Do. It says right on it, but the thing goes in this way. Hold on. Let's take. You want a phone charger? Is that what you're saying? I don't need a charger. I need to transfer a file to this computer. Oh, okay. You need a cable. Yeah. Here you go. I got it. Here you go. And we've got our left and our right now. Boom. Now the question is left and right based on my looking at it and seeing it, or is this like if I'm physically on it, which side is right and which side is left? This does not necessarily show, but it kind of does. Okay. So what's interesting about the instructions is in the visuals, there's nothing attaching to the top of the stem, right? On ours, there's absolutely stuff attached to the top of this stem. In fact, it's kind of angled. And that angle is relevant because when we put the like forearm supports on, it looks like we want the forearm supports to turn inwards to sort of be like this instead of perfectly flat. So I want to take a look at the arm things real quick before we do that. It's the Y piece. Here we go. Here's the Y piece. Bada bang, bada boom. And so this piece right here that goes on is also got that slight angle so that when we mount it on, your arm is resting at an angle and not perfectly down straight. That is good to know because we can use this to line up and figure out which side it's supposed to go on. So the left side is the left if I'm looking at it from the front, and the right side is the right if I'm looking at it from the front. It's not left side me using it, right side me using it. Cool? Now that we have determined all that information, let's take a look at what's next. Oh, I found a little bit of damage. I don't know when in the process this happened, but there is a scratch right here. And it is slightly dented in. It's not obvious at all. When I feel it, I can see that it's dented. Maybe in certain angles you can see that it's dented, but I don't think that will impact actual use. It's just, now you know. It did get damaged a little bit. Okay. We need the bar that goes in between. The bar that goes in between. Is this a bar that goes in between? No, 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 no. Okay, what is the bar in between supposed to look like? There is just brackets. Is it this thing? Is this the bar that goes in between? I think so. There's nothing else on the floor. It looks quite right. Let's open this up. Do 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 do. Try not to cut or scratch anything. Yep, there we go. That's it. It's this thing right here. What these other chunks are? Oh, it's the bottom of the bungee stuff. Alright. Actually, I probably don't need that right now. Can I just rip it open? I can. Is this faster than cutting it? I don't know. There we go. Here's one. And alright. I'm just gonna cut it. Take a little bit of slack off that tape so that the tape will tear and actually open, and then I won't have to work my hands nearly as hard. Alright, sweet. That looks good. Now, is there a back side and is there a front side? Because there are two holes down the middle. One is bigger, this one's bigger, this one's a little bit smaller, and I just need to figure out what that does. The bigger one goes on the right side if I'm facing it, which means it's going this way. Got it. No prob. Easy peasy. And that's our next step. Let's put the bolts on. These are our final 4 bolts for step 1. So far, we are still on step 1, by the way. And I need, oh, one last note. Which direction do they want us to put the bolts in? Which direction? Is it on the outside? Yep. Okay, cool. Not a problem. Not a problem. I can't get it to come out. There it is. Other side. Oh, still have the nut on. Whoops. Boom. Good. How long have we been going? How long has it taken to unravel? It's been 48 minutes already? Okay. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. I really thought this would be done in an hour. I don't know if we're going to be done in an hour. Alright. 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 Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. These bolts, I don't think are going to be nearly as complicated to put on. It's probably okay to go faster on these because it's 2 bolts over something that's pretty small. And the alignment, there's not that much pressure on the bar or that much length on the crossbar that it might fall into a weird alignment. So I'm probably just gonna tighten these up. I hope I don't immediately regret this in the next step, but we'll find out. We will see. We will see. We will see. We will see. I kinda want a screw gun for this right now because there are a lot of bolts, but we're doing okay. All right, there's still a little tiny bit of wiggle. Let's tighten it up a little bit more. Looks good. All right, other side. Need my Allen key. Need my wrench. I'm gonna scoot this over to the wall and go grab the other piece. Let's go. Try not to step on anything metal while I revert. No, my knife is in the way. Other Allen key is in the way. All right, let's prop this up. Oh, that's cool. This bolt is so tight and it's so straight that the thing right here is floating slightly off the ground, which I guess is exactly what I would want it to do. And so it's really easy to line up this part now, which is fantastic. Final 2 bolts.
Shaq joined the live and said, "We Bob the Builder today."
Yes, we're Bob the Builder today for sure. Bob the Builder, can he fix it? I don't actually remember if that's how the song goes. Yes, he can. Bob, no, is that how it goes? Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Yes, he can. Just assembling some stuff. Just assembling some stuff. No fitness action. I'm sweating. I'm working. It's just
Do you want to explain what you're trying to
not a normal stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm putting together a pull-up tower, and it can do dips. It can do little push-up things, because there are some parts that are fun for that. It's kind of a fancy pull-up tower, but the most fancy portion of this whole thing is got a convertible backrest thing. So there's like a backrest that goes here where you can lean back into it and then lift your legs up from like this, right? But this also becomes a platform with elastics that you use to help make your pull-ups easier to do. So it helps to make pull-ups easier to train using bungees. There are versions of this type of product in like commercial gyms where you can set like, oh, I want 20 pounds of assistance or 40 pounds of assistance, 60 pounds, whatever pounds of assistance. And those are really heavy and expensive. And I don't know that there is anything that you can do as a normal person to acquire one of those. So when I saw this product that uses bungees to get that assistance, I was like, ooh, we got to try it and see how that performs because I've never seen anything like this before. Let's get back to climbing up these bolts. That is what's going on. I clearly have not assembled one of these before, and it's taken me a little bit. So far, just to get to this step, to unpackage all the pieces, I think we're already at like 50 minutes, probably more. Whatever the live time is, that's basically when we started unboxing. And now, I wonder how many of these Allen keys I'm just going to randomly accumulate over time. I use once for everything that it's getting sent with, and then go, yeah, I have no idea what that size is. So, yeah, what's the question? How the camera zoom in by itself? I got somebody moving the camera for me. If you were able to hear maybe a mysterious voice talking to you, that is what happened. Somebody was pressing buttons behind the screen while I'm rotating wrenches. This live is being run off of 2 iPhones, or sorry, the live that you're watching is being run off specifically 1 iPhone, and there's someone sitting behind it with a laptop trying to make sure that they can keep us interacting while I'm very busy focusing on trying to get this assembled. Because if I spent my whole entire time reading the chat the whole time and jumping back and forth, this will not get assembled, and it would take like 4 hours instead of hopefully like 1, maybe 1.5. And that is not really how I want to spend the rest of my day assembling and running back and forth between the camera and this setup. All right, that feels pretty good. It looks like when I push pretty aggressively, there's still some wobble. I'm gonna take a look at the bolts. Can I tighten them one last rotation? It's definitely possible for me to tighten them a little further. I just don't know if it's actually going to make it better because it looks like the washers are already flexing just a little bit. All right, I think that's it. That is step number 1. We're finally done with step number 1. All right, what's step number 2? Assembly instructions. I can finally go to the next page. Step number 2 is putting in 4 bolts to support the hands. All right, done. And luckily on this thing, it says step number 2 is this, and step number 2 is this. That is good. That is good. That is good. That is good. I need to unbox the foam for the arm support. Oh wow, these are really long. Where's the knife? Where's the knife?
How much is this tower?
I believe it is 300 US, shipping included in the US. It's 350? Okay, it was on sale very recently for 300. So keep an eye out for sales, but it's somewhere between 300 and 350 bucks. I think over Amazon Prime weekend in July. Oh, look at that. These got cool shapes. But over Amazon Prime weekend back in like July, so last month, it was a little bit more affordable. I think it was just under 300 bucks, but this is certainly not an inexpensive product. Wait, what? Am I missing an Allen key? This thing doesn't fit. Does this one fit? Oh, it does fit. Hey, Chareth, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to YouTube. Thank you for coming to my show. This is a spontaneous show. We were gonna film some like B-roll of me doing this assembly thing, and my girlfriend was like, well, I mean, since we're doing it anyway, you might as well do it live and see if anybody comes and hangs out with you while you're putting together some toys. Chareth, I think you were on last night when I was saying I got to some cool products that we got to assemble and we're going to make some videos about. This is said product. At least today's product. This is going to be a pull-up tower. And the cool part of this that makes it special and unique is one of the features is it uses elastic bands, like rubber bungee cords that look like this, to lift this platform up and down. And that bungee basically gives you help doing the pull-up if you can't do a pull-up yet. And I'm really looking forward to it because there are some versions of the pull-up that I'm not very good at. There are some versions of the pull-up that are really hard that having a little bit of assistance would be really nice for. But for everybody training to get their first pull-up, needing a little bit of support, this is also going to be super helpful. I cannot wait to get my girlfriend on this because she mentioned to me that she wanted to get her pull-ups. And you know, I've made some videos over on YouTube about pull-ups. There are lots of different ways to help make the process a little bit easier, but at the end of the day, you're still fumbling around with a lot of stuff. So hopefully this will be a little bit more fun, a little bit more intuitive. I don't know which direction is supposed to be the bottom. I feel like your elbow goes to the skinny part and your hands go to the fat part. But, oh, there's some curvature in the foam too. Oh, nice. Okay, I think that's probably right. Boom, this is how we're doing it.
Mentorship said if only I could actually put together furniture without waiting 6 months.
I've also had this for 2 weeks and I haven't put it together. Mostly because it takes up so much space in the room, so I can only like do one thing at a time. If this was too close to our live, right, the 9 p.m. live, there's no way I'd be able to put this together, right? So it's I understand when you get something, you're like, oh, so excited, it's so easy to buy the thing, but then you realize it comes in this crazy package and you have to actually make it look like the thing you bought. That is when it gets a little bit more difficult. I completely understand.
And they also said your girlfriend is right, it's content.
My girlfriend is right. It is content. I just, I only get one take, right? So when we make YouTube videos, you don't know this, but I do a lot of takes. For one line, I might record it like 10 times, and then my girlfriend will tell me, nah, they're all bad, and then we'll keep on recording. So I'm not making her the evil person or anything. She's just our critique, our quality control. So if you think the videos that I'm currently putting out are like, okay, they're fine, just imagine if I was in charge of editing them. It would be much worse. Um, when we're filming for YouTube, for some reason, I lose a lot of personality. I get into like a journalist speaking voice, and I like suddenly stop moving. But when I'm doing the lives, I am just way more comfortable, more relaxed, and it actually looks like a human being talking instead of a robot. And so somehow this style, I guess, just does a little bit feels a little bit more human and not like, hello friends, welcome to YouTube. I'm just kidding, I don't do that. That's crazy. But I joke about doing that, and that's less crazy. That's just fun. All right.
Jacques said I thought the voice was AI.
You thought the voice was AI? What? What are you talking? You thought what? That's the second time. I think somebody on Facebook said the same thing. They were like, the voice sounds like AI. It's not. I can't actively, I don't know. I guess my girlfriend could be typing really fast and trying to respond to chats with an AI voice. What's going on with this bolt? Oh, there we go. Boom.
And then hibiscus, dandelion, love 78.
Yep.
Said that looks fun.
Is it fun? I'm sweating so hard right now. You can start seeing like little droplets of sweat coming through my shirt. I'm working. It's not fun. Actually, it's fun because you guys are here answering or asking questions and having conversation while I very slowly put this Allen key through the hole over and over and over again, trying to get this nut to tighten, this washer to, no, what I'm talking about, this bolt to tighten, using every single part of the,
Oh.
Yeah.
Jacques said that apparently I am the one who sounds like AI. I want to read the chat.
Oh, that's funny. The girlfriend is AI. Yep, that sounds about right. Look at me. You think I can get a girlfriend that's not AI? All right, I don't want to over tighten these because they're going into wood. That seems plenty fine. I probably already over tightened it. That's okay. We're going to just move on. Boom! It fits perfectly. Now I gotta figure out which bolt goes into what. This has a big hole. This has a small hole. All right, that should be straightforward because it's labeled here. Step 2 with. Oh no, these are both really big bolts. Oh, okay, got it. One of these. Actually, I'll just put this down. One of these has a nut. One of these does not have a nut. So that is the difference between the two bolts. And now that I can see that, let's cut it open. Where's my knife? Ugh. Ooh, I almost threw the knife. Good thing it wasn't open. Oh, did I just cut through the floor? Nope, didn't even reach. All right, sick. They even cut through the cardboard, just the plastic on top. Even better. I just saw Benji, the doggo, move towards us out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, no, don't come eating the plastic. Don't come close to me while I'm handling a knife. Stop it. Stop it. And then he immediately laid down. I didn't even have to say anything. He just made eye contact with me and knew it was not a time for him to be here. Alright. Where is this going? This is going here. And it doesn't look like they gave us any washers, but I will just very loosely put this on. Yeah, I see it. I just wanted to make sure Benji wasn't diving for it. And now that he's not diving for it, I can move smoothly. Smoothly, not jump and dive into the ground in order to fetch this piece of metal. Enjoy your meeting. I'll be here. You can come back whenever you want. I got a feeling I might be here for a while. So have a good meeting.
And then Jack said that you have an AI girlfriend.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke. Well, I mean.
Check out the most recent video.
Oh yeah, but I think that video is only on Instagram. So.
No, but the other version is on.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes, that does fit. Okay, cool. No, I don't have an AI girlfriend. I think my real girlfriend would be very upset if I had an AI girlfriend. She'd be like, "What do you mean you can't talk to me? How dare you?" And then I'd be like, "This is why I can't talk to you about this." I'm just kidding. She's gonna get mad if I keep making these jokes. All right. I need to attach the foam. And I was looking for the bolts for the foam, the hand rest, the armrest, the forearm rest, and I realized they're already attached. They're pre-assembled, so I didn't have to look for them. This has actually been really nice. I've never assembled anything where they did so much pre-assembly. Like this metal doohickey is already pre-put in. Some of the looser screws that need to go into some of the non-accessory pieces, but like, you know, the less important pieces is already inside. So I know exactly which ones go into what. The big instruction kit with big thingamajiggas that hold on, sorry. My brain is trying to process 3D shapes. Where am I going with this? For the nuts and bolts that require washers that require both ends to be secured, they didn't put that. They didn't pre-assemble it for us. But everything else is just screwed in, tightened, fastened, perhaps. All that stuff is already done for us. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Although, I guess now that I'm looking at it, there's not that many things that are pre-fastened. Now, there's this. I talked about that earlier. There's a lot of pre-fastened looking things on the stainless steel bars over there. And that's really it, I guess. So maybe I was just super excited for nothing. All right. Let's see. Allen Key. How many minutes into this assembly process?
57.
What? It's been 20 minutes since I last asked? That's crazy. That's crazy because I.
Doesn't sitting like this make your legs numb, correct?
It does a little bit, but I have foam on the floor, so that makes the shins, the knees, the feet a little bit more manageable. The main thing is I don't plan to be here for very long in this position. So this is a more comfortable way for me to get down this low than, I don't know, the alternative, like this, squatting. I'm feeling the blood flow though, right? Like I know that I was not letting very much blood flow into my feet just now when I was sitting the way I was sitting, and now I'm feeling the blood go into my toes, and it feels kind of weird. But it's not. It wasn't so bad that my like feet fell asleep or pins and needles. So I was always planning to move soon after. And when you're just hanging out for a little bit, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, in general, if you don't really hang out on the floor in these kinds of like kneeling positions, it definitely can get uncomfortable. And it's not supposed to be super comfortable. I think this particular position in Japanese culture is called the seiza, and part of the reason why it was prominent in Japanese culture is because when you're in it for too long, your legs kind of get like numb and there's not enough blood flow, and then your legs don't work very well. And that puts you in a much weaker combative position compared to, say, somebody that you're doing this sort of kneeling sit in front of, right? Because the master of the castle probably doesn't have to sit like this to meet you. You, less prestigious human being, you get to kneel in front of, or rest like this in front of the castle owner. And when your legs go numb after sitting in this position for way too long, that is when the castle owner has a real big advantage on you. Yes, this is not a very comfortable long-term position, but I hang out in this type of position, I guess, often enough that it's not so bad for a couple minutes here, a couple minutes there when I'm trying to focus and stay stable. A lot of the times when you're like in another position, it's hard to be stable and you're like shifting around a lot. Oh, wait. I want to read the instructions. I want to see what angle they want me to, or which end they want me to put the bolts in. Did I do that? Is that the nut and the washer? Yes. Okay, and once I've done that, there's some sort of... Oh! Oh, cool. Alright, sweet. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Where are we going? Where are we going? Are there a bunch of people on the YouTube live?
4 people.
Oh, cool. Uh-oh. This bolt is not going in nearly as smooth as the other one. Is that because of paint, or is that because there's a damaged thread? No, that looks good. I hope it's just paint, because when I tighten, the paint will get scratched away, and then everything will be fine. Let's go. Oh, that's the wrong Allen key, and I need this one. I think it's 17. Is that right? Yes, that's correct. All right. Okay, that looks good. Yep, it looks like it was just paint. And now it has completely stopped being a problem. It seems like I should tighten that much more. I'm just putting a little pressure to see how stable everything feels. Something feels like it's pretty elastic, pretty bouncy. I think it is a combination of the bolts being just loose enough that it's easy to stick the bolts into, and that means that there's a little bit of wiggle room. So when I put a whole bunch of pressure on it, the wiggle room is just doing wiggle room stuff and sliding around a little bit. But I was testing it to make sure it wasn't because something else was.
So is this something expected?
Yeah, it's not unexpected. So when we're doing pretty normal people stuff, usually they make holes slightly larger than they need to be, right? So that it fits easily, so it's easy to assemble. If the hole is like too perfect, it becomes a pain in the butt to do stuff, right? So it's kind of a mix between convenience and precision, and then also precision takes a lot more skill to create. So that's, oh, ooh, you're bringing it up to us? Oh, okay. Well, I haven't timed this one yet. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, so if you look deep at this corner right here, at this seam, when I apply a little pressure on the edge of this forearm rest, you can see that it's sort of going away from the back bar. And then when I relax, it comes. That is just the wiggle room in the hole right here, plus this bar wanting to go up, but it's only held in by one bolt. I think it's plenty strong. It's not an issue. It's just that the sounds that we're making are because it could potentially be a little bit more precise. Really strong. And whee! Okay. What else we got? So far, it seems a much cheaper version of this type of product before, and the metal was thinner, and it was a little bit uglier in the alignment of everything. There are many more obvious like imperfections. This so far has seemed really precise. All the bolts, nothing has like gone in weird. All of the rounded edges seem like they're exactly as they should be. So far it seems pretty dang good. I'm happy. All right, I'm looking for the hand pieces. There we go. Found them. 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 All right, so this is where it starts looking like stuff you recognize. And once that is in, and this is in, now I've got a real hazard. Every time I walk past this thing, I'm going to stab myself in the neck by accident. Let's see, what step is this? What step is this? I'm still on step 2. This is step 2. I've done that, I've done this, and there are now some knobbies. Those are probably the knobbies, huh? I hope they're the knobbies. It says 12. 12. It might be, there's some other knobs, but this seems crazy, no? No, I guess it's right. Nope, nope, hold on, hold on, hold on. Is it not that? No, these look really small in the image. Do I have small? Oh, yes, I do have small ones. Okay, boom. And it says step number 2 on it. Okay, of course it does. Of course I just didn't read. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I did think that these were kind of overkill for the hand rests stuff, but still, I allowed myself to be convinced otherwise. This is, I think, the first set of something like this I've seen where they built not perfectly square armrests. And I mean this in like a good way, because usually it's pretty straightforward to make it like perfectly square and level. But they intentionally let your arms rotate a little bit, like this, instead of perfectly up and down like this. And that seems like a nice little ergonomic thing to add. Little tiny tear on the foam in this hand rest thing. That kind of sucks. But every other one seems fine. It's just this one. It's like about a thumbnail sized length. It's a bummer. Okay, that means step 2 is done. Step 2. Oh, okay. These are for step 3. Got it. That makes a lot more sense. Step 3 is doing this. No, it's not. Is it? Is it this? What the heck? Is it this? Okay, maybe these aren't for step 3 either. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Oh, maybe not. Alright, whatever. I'll stop pretending like I know what step 3 is, and I'll just read the instructions. Step 3. Insert the telescopic tubes into the vertical tubes. Lock the pull-up bar and telescopic tubes with the M1070 screw and M10 knob. Number 19. 17 and 19. That's 19. Where's 17? Is 17 on here? 17. 17. That's 23. That's 25. That's 18. That's 17. Uh-oh. Wait, what? 19 and 18. 18, 19. Okay, whew, I just can't read it. It's this M1070, not 17. I literally just said the wrong thing. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's put the big old pieces together first. Let's do it. It's time for making it look like I just hit the wall. Took off a chunk of paint from the wall. Alright, well, that's a good life lesson. Let's scoot away from the wall a little bit. And I also have this chunk of triangle coming out the ceiling. I think we might be able to rotate now, so that it looks a little bit more like we expect it to look like. Is this enough room? Perfect. It is enough room. What I just hit. That looks fine. Okay, cool. That looks fine. That looks fine. That looks fine. It's time for the pull-up bar part. Is this enough room? That might not be enough room. Ooh, I did not consider that. That is this a straight up and down? Does it look like it turns out left and right? Is it straight? Is there a left and right side to this? I don't think these are labeled left and right, but let's take a second to take a look. Because I don't want to have to put it in twice and find out I made a mistake. It really doesn't. No, it does look like it goes out a little bit. Is it the lighting? It looks like it bends. Does it? Is it just the reflection coming off of this? Does it look like it goes off into any direction? I think it's fine. Am I crazy? Hold on, I can tell if it's bending just by putting it on the floor. Assuming that the floor is straight. Yep, okay, it's straight. Cool. Alright. Now, question is, can I put this in? No, I need to put this up real high. Alright. I could ask the girlfriend for help, but I think I can do this without. Let's do this. I'm gonna elevate this slightly that way. Hopefully that opens up some more room. Some more room. Some more room. Some more room. And ta-da! If it's does it slide? Uh-oh, it's stuck. Why is it stuck? Oh, there we go. That made me nervous. Alright, let's go, let it go all the way down for a second, because I need to go grab the other one without tripping or knocking down anything. And it's just kidding. I'm good. I was just trying to scare you. Is this the most effective way to do it? Probably not. Is it the hilarious way to do it because I absolutely have two people in the room that I could ask for help, but I decided to do it by myself anyway? Yeah. All right. And no, no. Sweet. Where are the instructions? Back to the textbook. I need 8 in those, but there should be a number 35. What in the world is a number 35? Number 35. Is it these things? No, it says number 23 for step 5. I'm currently on step 3. This is 19. That's 18. Alright. M1065 knob. M1065 knob. What the heck? What the heck is that? Is it really not these? What do these go for? No, these go for that. Okay. Fine. I'll do the steps that I can understand right now and just use up some pieces, I guess, first. I need 18 and 19. I can't get through the plastic. Where's my knife? Great. What is that? What is this? Ooh, that's scary. And don't scratch the paint, not yet. Straightforward. Pull apart time. I guess I can just put this in my pocket. Nah, it's fine. I'll leave it on the floor. Put it in my pocket. It'll disappear later, and I'll be like, "Where did it go? Where did it go? It's not on the floor. It's in my pocket." Oh, okay. This is going to the top, and I guess I can just drop these in right now. So, bada bing, bada boom. That was easy. All right. Ah. Oh, oh, see, this is what I was talking about. When you tighten one end too much, it causes crazy things to happen. Out on this type of activity where you're tightening up multiple things at the same time, you should try to do it relatively evenly so that one side doesn't pull everything extra weird. Because most of life is not going to be perfect. And you're going to want to try to do your best to get it to come down evenly rather than tighten down one side and expect that to work perfectly. Seems fine. All right, now I'm missing one piece. I don't know where to find it. I don't think it's that. Number 35. Where is there a number 35? Are there still pieces? I think that was just elastic bungees. That's empty. That's empty. These are the bungee cables. Oh, no, these are push-up bars. What's this? All right, I guess we don't have that many pieces left on the floor. I can unwrap. Ow! I knew that would happen. I knew I would just move a little too fast. My finger would get stuck on something and lose a little tiny bit of skin. Wow, these look crazy. Yes, this is definitely for the bungees too. What? No. I just scraped some of the fingernail. That like the thing. You know when girls get manicures and they push that like skin. Yeah, those things. Cuticles. It just scraped off my entire cuticle, and it's fine. It's fine. Oh no! We got another big old scratch through the hand foam. That's sad. Sad. Alright, we don't need any of this. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm trying my best to make sure nothing is hiding. I feel like it's this number 23. I feel like it's mislabeled. I'm gonna real quick flip through the rest of the manual to see if that is going to be useful for something later. I feel like that would make some sense. But maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because that looks like it needs a bolt to go into. And that, from the side of this hole, it doesn't feel like there's anything for that to go into. Hmm. Hmm. Alright, I'll just try it. It's a double, triply check that I am not crazy. Where is the hole? Oh, maybe I was wrong. Is it actually screwing? No, it does. Okay, I was wrong. I was looking at the right piece the whole time. And this bolt is huge. It is crazy long. I don't know how it can still be going in. Really? It goes that deep? That's crazy. All right, well. Yeah, this is the bolt that I was looking for. It was this one. It was this one. It was on the floor the whole time. I picked it up earlier, messed around, and here it is. Nice. Of course it was the biggest one. Of course it was. It just didn't seem possible because it was so. Here, let me rotate this. Now it's getting heavy and awkward to lift. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Can you see how deep this bolt goes? It like goes to the exact outside of this chunk right here. So when I saw it and I was like, this thing is so long, how could it possibly go here? That's what I was thinking. Oh, we're zooming in? Okay. Ta-da! This bolt is so long. I was like, there's no way this goes right here in this spot. But I'm pretty sure it absolutely does definitely go in this spot because it fits perfectly. And all the other pieces have no shot at being the right piece. This one is the only one with a slight chance. So, here we are. Here we are. I have it set in the lowest. Yeah, I guess that's fine for now. If we need to adjust, we can adjust later. Um, this part is a little bit finicky because there's an actual like thing to screw into to make this secure, and to be able to stick it through and actually get into that receiving nut on the other end, it has to be lined up pretty good. And you can't see what you're lining it up against because it's inside this black hole of a corner. But now, I think we've, oh wow, there's very little wiggle room. Oh my gosh, that's way stabler than the one we used to have. What the heck? Whee! Okay. Wow, I haven't even put all the other pieces together yet. That seems way stable. As soon as I start shaking it the other way, I'm like, maybe not as stable, but when I was actually doing the pull-up, there's very little wiggle at all. Okay, sick. Feeling good. All right. I think that's step number 3 completed. I'm gonna try not to smash my head into all sorts of arms and things. Luckily, I'm short, so when I'm kneeling, I can't hit. All right, cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, there's steps 4-1, 4-2, and 5. That seems crazy that they wouldn't just call step 4-1 and 4-2 steps 4 and 5 when there's steps 4, 5, and 6 anyway. But okay, all right, let's see. This is starting to look a little crazy. All right, you might have seen in step 3 and step 2 it wasn't nearly as crazy. It was like, hey, look, put the arm thing on your bar. Great. Insert other arm thing into other arm thing. Done. Step 2. Step 3 is even easier. Stick pull-up things straight down into the tubes. Put some nuts and bolts together so that the pull-up thing actually goes up and down. And then find these screw doohickeys. Literally, it was fine screw doohickeys. Now, this next step, step 4-1, is assemble 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things with a whole bunch of bolts and attach them, I guess, basically all at the same time. And then step number 6 is a whole bunch more bolts. So, sorry, that's not step number 6. Step number 4-1 and 4-2 are as hard as steps 1 through 3 put together. So, I might be here for a while. All right. What is going on? What is going on? There's not even that many pieces left. I think the main important part to make this pull up worthy and dip worthy. Oh, hit my head. And exercise worthy is basically done. We got a couple more pieces to lock in the back, and then apparently that's the most complicated part. So let's get to it. I'm going to reorganize our tools a little bit. And oh, hey, this thing now fits somewhere. Oh, I understand that. Okay, that goes in real easy like this. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna rotate this down. Try not to hit the ceiling. This thing, I said earlier, is supposed to keep this from like smashing into the ground. So there's like an extra little bit of support. It looks like you can just tuck it away if you don't want it because you're tall or something. Because otherwise, just having this little stick coming in between your legs is pretty scary. So I don't know if we're going to use these, but we'll find out. It's optional, very easy to remove, and I think I'm out of excuses. I think I just got to get to installing at this point. Let's go! Ooh.
That said, you got a bolt the tower on the wall floor, right? It looks wobbly just now.
No, I do not. I think part of the reason why it looked wobbly is because the whole backside hasn't been locked in yet. So it's just this one bar right here on the floor, plus two tiny screws for the actual, pull-up thing that is keeping it sturdy right now. But we'll find out in a little bit. I think going from side to side is not going to be crazy sturdy. Going back and forward, it seemed really good in the actual pull-up. But again, we'll find out in a sec. All right, and by sec, I'm not even sure that this will be done anywhere near a sec because this next step looks crazy. We have the roller tool. Okay, that's that. We have a whole bunch of steps. Step 4.1 has washers. Step 4.2 has what are these for? This is 22 M80s. This is M8. That's step 4.1. That's step 4.2. Is there something else for step 4.1? Oh, wait, this says step 6. That just says it's a latch, and that is step 5. So, where are the other things that they want me to use for step 4? Do 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 do. Okay. M830s. Is that what I'm looking for? M830s. M850s? M850s. Okay, that's the M850s. Great, awesome. Am I looking for number 20s? No, that is not happening right now. I'm looking for a 38. Number 38. Wait, number 38. Why does it jump all the way to 38? This is 17, this is 19, 18, 25, 23, 16, 15, 21, 26, 12, 11, 22, 20. There is no number 38 on this. Aha. Aha. Okay. I'm just going to find the first instruction. Use the M12 16 screws, number 38. M12. Oh, are they already attached? Is that why? I was just complimenting that a lot of things that can be pre-assembled, they've already pre-assembled for us. And I'm looking for screws that maybe I don't need because they are already attached to the piece. That is kind of sick looking. I have no idea how the bungees eventually strap into that, but that's cool. All right. All right. These are some bars. These look like crazy big bolts. Are these the bolts that I think I need, or am I going crazy? I am not sure. But there are bolts at the bottom of this. And that bolt is pretty properly sized based on the diagram. That's probably why I didn't find them. They're M12/16 screws. Oh, wow. I just needed to read. Note, the number 38 screws are pre-installed on the product. It's literally in the pamphlet, and I just didn't read it. Whoops. Then secure the riser beams to the riser using M850 screws number 22 and number 15 washers. Those are right here in front of me. Okay, cool. Got it. I have to attach this to the bottom section. Where is the bottom section? The bottom section. Bottom section. There we go. 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 Ah, aha. Okay. So there's a big hole here for this to go through. And on the back side, there's a tiny little hole because I have it in my hands, but the bolts are this thick. And
show the close-ups.
oh, okay. Here are the bolts. They're already attached to the bottoms of this. These are the bolts I was looking for and I couldn't find because I just didn't have the patience to read through all the instructions. And now I have probably gotten a reminder to read the directions more closely next time. But will I do that next time? I don't know. I don't know. I probably should. I mean, it would have gone a lot faster if I sat down and read all the instructions beforehand. But I think without seeing all the pieces beforehand, I would have been really confused anyway, and it wouldn't have made any sense. Because this is in metric. I obviously don't use metric bolts for anything ever, so every instruction is like, huh? What's that mean? What's that? What's that supposed to mean? And I'm sure if I spent 15 minutes just looking at the bolts and going, oh, this means it's thinner, and that means it's thicker, and so these are going to be big and these are going to be small, I would have absolutely an idea what I'm talking about and what I'm doing, but that I have also not done. But I'm pretty sure that these M1216 screws are much thicker than the M8 screws that I'm about to use. And so M12 just, I'm pretty sure, is how many millimeters it is in a certain direction. This millimeters? This is like totally a centimeter and a half. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, no, it must be the bolts, the bolt thickness, not the chunky spot where you actually put a wrench. That makes sense. All right, cool. As I am realizing things, the internet's gonna be like, you don't know what these mean? No, I guess I don't. All right. The riser is using the M850 screws, number 22, and the M16 flat washers. And they connect into the... What? What? Oh, it just punches through. Okay, awesome. That's kind of interesting. What? That comes out like this, and that goes up like this. All right, I'm gonna need to clear some more floor space. Since we don't need the pull-up bar for the moment, we're gonna move and rotate this a little bit that way, and I'm gonna try not to smash anything while I lay this flat. I think we can do this part right now. I'm still being super extra gentle because I don't want to scratch up any paint yet. But let's move this out of the way. There's so much styrofoam. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to move it again real soon, I'm sure. But for now, we're going to get rid of these pieces. This piece, that's trash. This piece, and we're going to do this. I need this at the bottom. I need this in the middle. And I need this at the top, and it's laying down like this. I am switch this all back so it's easier to. Hey, Benji, what you doing? Hey, 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 what you doing? What you doing? I'm pretty sure this is gonna stick right on through here. And is there a very perfectly shaped hole? No. No, I've done this wrong. How have I done this wrong? Oh, okay. Duh. It's probably like this. Of course it's like this. All the lumps are matched up this way. Of course it's like this. Hey, Benji, what you doing? Benji, what you doing? Try to make sure these go in relatively smooth and evenly, and try not to mess up the pulley system. It looks like I have the pulley system. Where's it getting stuck? Where is it getting stuck? Oh, there it goes. Oh, this slides down because it's part of the pulley system. That also makes a lot of sense. We have some nuts here to loosen. Now we can assemble this piece. Finger tighten these, and then I'm going to double check that the instructions then have way more things, because I have a feeling there's some washers that I might be missing. Alright, that crazy thing has been assembled. Bada bang, bada boom. 38. Are they really not? It says connect the riser beam and composite pipe using the M1216 screws, number 38. These are pre-installed in the product. Then secure the riser beam to the riser using the M850 in the washers. No, I guess those do not have anything. Got it. And we're ready to move on. This gets mounted onto the back side of the pull-up bar. Oh, of course it does. I moved the pull-up bar all the way over there. So the back side is not accessible at all. Let's rotate this again. Trying not to smash my wall, not to smash my ceiling, not to break anything. And let's also, damn it, hit the wall. Dang it. It's okay, it's not that visible. Nothing happened. It's only documented and on tape forever because it's now on YouTube. Alright. That looks like it mounts right to here and right to here. Sweet. That makes it pretty straightforward. And for I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about when I say a mouse to here and a mouse to there. It does this. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. We'll let that recline while I get to my nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts. I need exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And we'll be really close to ready to assemble the elastics. I think we're getting close to the end here. Final last words. Okay. Hey, Benji, you're in the way. I'm doing stuff. You trying to go somewhere? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? We can let you out. M850, M850, M850. Oh yeah, with these? Yes, M850. And step 411. Got it. Okay, Benji, I need you to move. You're too close to me. I got to assemble some things. You know, I got to assemble some things. I'm trying to tear away at this plastic, hopefully without the plastic tearing away at my skin. There we go. That's good. And 4 bolts. 4 bolts. Oh, do they not have nuts? It just goes right in. It does. It does go right in. Okay, perfect. Easy enough. Let's put the washers on. Let's get them mounted. Doo-ba-doo, doo-ba-doo. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna do one last check, make sure everything looks right. Does that actually look right? Does that actually look right? That does look right. That does look right. That does look right. That looks right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, that went pretty smooth. Number 2. Uh-oh. Alright. Oh, never mind. I got nervous. I thought I wasn't gonna go on. Scared me. 3. And then 4. You know how I keep on saying don't tighten one bolt too much? Because it might mess up your stuff. You might have tightened that first bolt a little too much. Unbolt! Unbolt! Where are my Allen keys? For a moment. Ah, there we go. Hello, Allen keys. You have returned. Unbolt. Give me a little wiggle room. Give me a little wiggle room. All right, seems good. Tighten them back up. Do 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 do. Yeah. Do 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 do. What am I doing? I'm gonna once again go not super tight, but tighter, so that there's still a little bit of play, and then tighten them all up at the end, one little bit at a time.
Explain the spot you're working.
I am currently mounting the bungee system to the back of the pull-up bar. So the bungee system is the part that makes this whole thing really cool and is the most exciting part of the whole thing. The bungees, once they're in, will help raise and lower this mechanism, and attached to this mechanism will be a platform you can like kneel on to get. I'm a little worried. Did I put this in the right direction? I feel like I put the this upside down. Because what do you think these are for? Uh-oh. Take a look. No, no, it doesn't say I messed up. Those are also pointing up in the diagram. What do you do with this pointing up? It's not to protect this from going to the bottom and slamming? Huh. Okay. All right. I guess I will discover later. Oh, maybe it's to do this. Ah, okay. So it does serve a purpose. It's just this top versus the bottom. Except it doesn't look like it's perfectly even. One side is hitting, the other side is not hitting. Does that mean that these are a little off center or something?
You're missing other parts.
What do you mean? What do you think I'm missing? Okay.
I think there's a
What do you think we're missing? We got lots of pulleys, and I think we're pretty close at this point. We got
Is there metal stuff?
there's like 2 pieces left, 3 pieces left of metal stuff for this pulley part. This part I'm pretty sure is for the seat, the knee support to go up and down, and we have pulleys. I think that's all that's left.
I think there's still. Okay.
What is missing? Tell me. All right. That's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. That's went a little bit. And that went a little bit. Okay. That's probably good. That's probably good. I think that's step 4-1. 4-2 is putting the bungees and the bungee wheels in with some bolts. And we have 4-2 for this. And we have 4 corresponding thingies over there. Is that correct? That is correct. All right. We're almost done. Oh, JK, I just lost a lot of pieces. It's okay. That's okay. They can hang out over there. Oh, am I missing a bolt too? Why does this one have 4? M855. Where is that? Did I not do them? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Did they give me 4? Did they give me 5? No, they gave me 5. Oh no, the diagram they drew me 5 pieces as well. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm not suddenly short or extra on screws because that would make me really worried. I was like, what instructions did I not follow? What is going on? These 4 bolts assemble into. I'm gonna try not to cut the wheels, because these look like they're made of rubber. So I'm going to be extra gentle with those. Remember, everybody at home, don't cut towards you, cut away from you. Do as I say, not as I do. And why can I not get it to open? Alright, cut away. Still, really? Two hands for more precision. Should slot perfectly into that. You don't want to overdo it right away because there is some rubber, some nylon potentially on the inside of that nut to keep it from unraveling on us. Oh, these are plastic. Oh, okay. That makes me a little less worried about cutting into it. If we cut into it just a little bit. I shouldn't need to, but with that and this, boom! Those are all for pieces. It's a fidget tool. Oh, no, it's not. This really does not spin that smoothly. They have bearings, so I thought it was a fidget tool. Or at least I thought it would work like a fidget tool, but maybe they should have more resistance. Anyways, alright. Got four of these. These are greased. Now my hands are really greasy. That is okay. Which direction do you want me to put the bolts in? Which direction? Okay, that makes sense. Let's do it. Oh, no, JK, we cannot do it. We need the pieces at the exact same time. Alright, put these four down, put those down, put those down. There's still four, perfect. I need this for later, but which one do I need? Is it this one? Yes, perfect. And then for these, I need this for later. Awesome. Alright, get rid of those. We need our bungees. Is it these bungees? It looks like it should be these bungees. They seem to fit here. They seem to fit here. And that looks like we're probably doing all right. Okay. I would love to get this right on the first try. Please work. They punched through. Nice. Well, that was easier than expected. Sweet. All right, let's do it 4 more times. I cannot line this up at all. What's going on? There we go. Cool. It made that crazy sound because I didn't actually tighten anything. It's not. Don't worry. Everything's okay. I think. Oh, is this a set of replacement bungees? They gave us 2 sets. That's sick. All right. That's good to know. We'll get a lot more life out of it if there's multiple rubber bands. Unless, no, there's 4 things here. There's no way we're putting 8 on, right? I think it's 4. Okay. Let's keep going. Rollies, rollies, rollies. My one concern with putting together these slightly more complicated toys is the instruction manual. You know, like, I'm not going to be able to put these back without the instructions. Although I guess it's not really an issue because the company is big enough that hopefully the instruction manuals will be online for a long time and they got YouTube videos. So that should be fine. Yes. Here you go, Benjamin. You can leave. You can leave. Oh, it's so much cooler out there because we don't have lights turned on. We got airflow. We got airflow. Bada bang, bada boom. Hey, the last one went in super fast. I got experience. And let me double check the drawings. That looks correct. What do I need to do? I need to put in those bolts, and that is it. Wait, what's number 9? What does that say? There's another thing here? No, that's not real. It's lying to me. That's not real. That's not real. Stretch the wheel frame. Stretch the wheel frame. What wheel frame? What are we talking about? I'm confused. What do you mean? Before I tighten down all of the screws and all the bolts, I just want to make sure I know what I'm doing. Those look correct. But in this drawing, why is this piece all the way up there? How is that possible? These are on rollers. They spin. That is spinning just fine. Are supposed to be attached to the elastic. Really? How do they do that? Oh, duh, 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 duh. That is how you do that. I see. I see. Okay. All right. That makes a lot more sense. So what we need to do is no, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, it does. Yes, it does make sense. Okay, I got it. 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 We go like this. Then we go like this. We go like this. And then we go like this. This is with the elastics attached. Oh wait, I should not do that. And the reason why I should not do that is because I have not tightened all the screws yet. They are finger tight, and the direction of the force shouldn't be too scary or anything, but you know, I didn't tighten the screws yet, so let's tighten the screws. But now I figured, and now we can tighten everything. All right, making progress. We need this here, we need this here, and we're just tighten, 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 tighten. This doesn't have to be crazy, I don't think, because once the nylon nut is going, it will be fine. And it just needs to not completely come loose. It's not actually doing that much craziness. Ooh, I feel the fan blowing towards me. Thank you. I know you didn't mean to do it, but I feel it, and it's nice. That airflow. Okay. Is that righty tighty? Righty tighty, yes, that's correct. Righty tighty, lefty loose, righty, lefty loosey. That looks good. That feels pretty good. You know, it just occurred to me that I'm not sure we can get this out the door. I think it's gonna be stuck in this room forever. It's gonna be a lot of work to get this out. Do these still spin freely? Yes, they do. Okay. That is done. Oh! Really close. To the wall, to the wall, to the wall. Alright, we got some bolts to tighten over here. And that feels good. That's probably good. They just have to stay secured. They don't have to be insanely tight or anything. So that should be fine. Alright, now we've got elastic. Oh, oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one. That's one. That's two. Are you snacking over there without me? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh wow. Can I not even pull it down? That's crazy. Is that really how much power is in the elastic? Yeah. Oh wow, that is a lot of assistance. Makes pull-ups a lot easier. That's the goal. All right. We're almost done. We only got a handful of pieces. Handful of pieces. I'm pretty sure this will just slot right in, and it will be optional how that attaches. All right, all right, all right. I was about to get, we're almost done. How much harder could it be? I'm gonna just stop reading instructions, but that's probably not a good idea. So let's continue looking at the instructions and let's wrap this up properly. There are two more steps left. Step 5 and step 6. Step 5, step 6. We've done all of the hard stuff already, I guess, and now it's just some final little details, some final nuts and bolts. So let's see. Secure the center seat frame using M816 screws, which is number 34, and M850 screws. Note the 34 screws are pre-installed, so don't go looking for them. Then use the M16 knob to secure the telescopic seat frame and center seat frame. Note the telescopic seat frame needs to be divided left and right parts. Okay, those sentences were not very helpful. But how hard could this be? There are... Oh. Oh. Is that supposed to have another nut that has been lost somewhere in the packaging? Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Okay, so this chunk right here and this chunk right here go real well together. Actually, it's the other way around. See these holes? Matching nuts. So we can do that already. And it looks like there's going to be a big bolt that comes through here, which is why there's nothing here. That is a good sign. What does it want me to do? It says there's a number 22 item somewhere, hopefully in the container, that will do that. I'm going to just do this the proper way. I think of all the pieces in this, the piece that I'm the least certain about is kind of the plywood on the bottom of this. It feels like it's a half-inch piece of ply. Maybe it's like a millimeter of plywood. I kneeled that in earlier. The foam feels fine, but something about the rigidity feels a little bit less comforting than it could be. I might go find a piece of like scrap plywood and just attach it to the bottom of this or something and see if we can strengthen it more. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just overthinking it because the metal frame on this thing is kind of crazy. And once we have this thing, everything else is probably fine. I was worried earlier about this thing making contact, right? But if it's making contact on the metal bar, who cares? This giant piece of metal is doing all the support work. So as I'm talking myself through my thought process, I'm feeling more and more comfortable with it actually, because I had some preconceived notions about what this was going to be like, and I have just realized that those preconceived notions were wrong. So maybe everything will be just fine. All right. These don't have to be crazy tight because it is securing into wood, and we don't want to yank the receiving end out of the wood just to get this a little bit tighter. There's a point at which you can't tighten any further because it will start causing everything to go loose from a side that you can't control. So that end is probably done. We need a number 22 with a washer. Number 22 is an M850 screw. We have that. That's this last one right here. There is a slight problem. Is it showing me a washer? It's on something that looks like a washer. I definitely do not have a washer, and the instructions don't say use a washer. So I don't have a washer, and the instructions don't say use a washer, but the picture does look like it tells it, the diagram looks like there is a washer involved. And I might have done that thing where I told you not to do repeatedly on this show, where I shouldn't have tightened these bolts too hard because it's throwing the alignment off the next one that I need to do. Loosen up some of these, loosen up some of these, and hopefully this will be a little bit more aligned now. Is it grabbing? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Maybe I should have started with this one, because this one is the hardest one to get. Is that it? Is that it? Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I don't think I need to tighten it too hard because usually gravity is helping me and not pulling it away. So I'm not going to go too crazy with these. That looks promising. All right. Once we got those connected, there's some. Oh, ta-da! This thing has a couple of purposes. When it is like this, it's a backrest. When it's like this, it comes down with the elastic, with the rubber stuff, and it becomes a pull-up bar. Or sorry, the support for your pull-up bar. I hope that makes sense. All right. Whew. What am I missing? We got those. Nice. We got something else. What is that something else? What does this do? What does this do? These are the final couple of pieces. We're almost done. I'm just not sure. Oh, I see. That's what it does. So that you can go boom, boom. Cool. All right. That's kind of nice. Now let's put it on. Let's put it on. We're using which bolts? Which bolts? Which bolts? We need to use the 27 M1080 latch. Oh, is that it? It looks like there's some crazy things in there. No, 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 no. Those are the bolts we already put in. So these are now just latches. All right, sick. That's easy enough. Here is step number 5. It's time for some latches. I need to open this packaging. These go on like that. These, I just have to line up so it actually hooks into place. And I'm a little tired now, so I have a feeling I will be a little goofy if I don't look at the manual. Okay, that is what I thought. That is what I thought. That is what I thought. Here we go. That's 1. Here we go. That's 2. Oh no, there's only one way that could have gone in. Ha! Goofy. Goofy, goofy, goofy. All right. Make sure this goes in. And then this goes in. And that these still slide. Nope, not too hard. There we go. And how about these? Nope, not too hard. Good. So that this does this. Oh, okay. So you do have to loosen these and extend them to the next level with 2 and 2. And when it's on that level, it goes bada bang, bada boom. Look at that. So that's how you get a backrest and have something to lean into. And the one we really care about, the pull-up assistance, is what we're actually going to set for. So I'm going to put that away. And we're going to find the final step. There is only little tiny latches left, so I think we have actually assembled everything. And insert the anti-crash frame. Done, no problem, I can do that. Oh, then lock it into place with a latch. Hey, we're here. We're finally on the M68 latches. That goes like so. Alright, what else we got latches for? Take out the push-up handles and lock the handles with the M812 screw spring washer flat washer number 14. What the heck are you talking about? Is that already pre-assembled? Oh, it's on the thing already. Okay. And then use the M868 latch to adjust the push-up handles. Alright, I think we're basically done. I'm going to move these out of the way because there's no more hardware. Hardware is done. All we have is a couple of these latches. I'm going to scoot this out of the way because we still have to put on push-up handles. The instructions are almost done. That's over here. Let's turn this whole thing around. The box came with extra bungees. Now it makes sense. I was like, what are we doing with all of these? That seems like a lot. And now I know it is because it is exactly that. It is a lot. I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't like this big scary thing poking me. Fine. Trip. And I just hit the wall again with the leg. Oh, wow. We got a lot heavier. Let's see. I turn this around. Getting good. Am I hitting anything? No. Boom! My God. That was kind of heavy. I'm going to put that latch there. And we're going to put on the push-up handles. So one last final detail is you can adjust the angle of these little push-up handlebars and do some push-ups. This feels nice. Okay, we're almost done. This is facing the outside. Boom. And these bolt down. That's straightforward enough. Is it this one? No. Is this one. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Come on out. While we do that, I'm gonna study. Oh, it's out. Oh, these are super short. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, okay, I see. This goes much lower than I thought. Or does it? Or does it go the other way? It goes the other way. Uh-huh. That makes a lot more sense. No, no, that seems sounding like a really tight fit. Oh, no, it's not. Perfect. Would you want your push-ups to go inwards? No, probably not. It's probably that way. Okay, cool. Tested. Makes sense. That's true. Wait, what? We're missing a washer? Where's the other washer? Oh, scared me. I was like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? And we gotta do the other side. Oh, we gotta tighten this side too, but I'm gonna loosen up one side so I can get it started, and then we'll almost be done.
Your Rex, who has been in your past lives, has said, are you going to do pull-up streams from now on?
Maybe. I guess this thing is too big to move out of this room, so if it's gonna be here all the time and it weighs 80 pounds, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for tonight's live. Oh man, I should have thought about that before assembling it. That wasn't the plan, but I really hadn't thought about it that much. I just wanted cool toys. So we shall see. I don't think I'm going to be doing pull-up lives. I think it's going to be mostly for training, but we might be doing general training lives in addition to the side split lives. And that hopefully will be interesting for a bunch of people. All right, I tightened up that real hard. Oh, sick. That makes sense. It's just a washer. I am not doing righty tighty lefty loosey, am I? No, I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. When you're upside down, sometimes righty tighty lefty loosey doesn't make any sense. I don't think these need to be all that tight either, because it's just to make sure the pull-up bar doesn't slide up and out. It's a huge tube right here. It's not going anywhere with or without that specific thing. And now we have a couple of these for locking it in. Is that really what these are for? Please go deeper. Oh wow. Yeah, that's sick. I honestly had no idea that that was gonna be such a cool feature. I've never seen push-up bars that are adjustable on a product like these. So that means I can go all the way to part 3. Oh, push-ups that go like that. Okay, got it. I was like, where is this going? That's push-up number 2 and push-up number 1. I think for the sake of storage and the fact that I have absolutely no intention of doing push-ups on these, because I don't know why you would need this in particular to do push-ups on when you can just do push-ups on the floor. That I'm going to keep it in this way so I don't accidentally trip over it when I'm picking it up. But what is cool is I can do like L-sits on this. It's kind of wide, wider than I would normally be comfortable with, but oh, the foam on the handle actually makes it a little bit nicer than the other things that I use for L-sits normally. That's just like solid wood, so the pressure isn't as bad. The one that I usually use, the bar is a lot thicker. This one is a lot more narrow, so it's easier to kind of grip into it, and it makes you feel stronger when you get a strong grip. Anyways.
Your Rex asked, where is your dog? I forgot her name.
Benji is outside somewhere. I think he heard the neighbor's dog or something and wanted to go investigate, so he's gone. He's just hanging out. Hey, they have a 2-year warranty. That's nice. If you need replacement parts, reach out to them. And then customer service will respond within 24 hours. Okay, cool. When you need to do pull-ups, just remove the middle cushion shelf and use the cushion telescopic shelf to snap the corresponding position to the vertical tip. Okay, we've assembled everything. I'm just gonna mentally check every nut and bolt before we move on, because I'm pretty sure I've tightened everything, but I just want to be sure. These are the first 4. We definitely tightened those. Those we tightened. This I tightened, that I tightened, this I definitely tightened. These are hand tight, and that's fine. These are tightened, these are tightened, these are tightened, these are tightened, these are tightened. The elastics I doubly tightened, but they're not doing anything crazy, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. These are tight. I think we have assembled the whole thing. The last thing left is this right here, actually having the pull-up assistance go in. And then once it's in, we got, wait, we have 2 more latches? Where's the next latch go? Oh, okay, got it. We got 1 latch over here for the safety bar. We got 1 latch over here to make sure the, hold on, ow, I stabbed my thumb into the metal. Why is it not going all the way in? There we go, boom. It took a little wiggling. It wasn't the smoothest fit, but I think I might just be able to sit on this without doing it. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm so short. How is this thing so tough?
Said, oh, Benji was my dog's name as well. And then he also said, oh, I know this pull-up tower. I use it at the gym. You sit on it and pull yourself up.
Yeah, this is sick. All right, I'm scared to get up because I feel like it's gonna just like launch up into the air. Oh, jeez. Whee! Oh, that's actually really sick. Okay, I'm gonna come up off this. And we'll do some real pull-ups. Ish. Real kneeling pull-ups. Wow. You have to be like, oh man. Is this stopping because of the drop bar? Is this coming down? No, it doesn't come down. Am I just that light? The elastics by itself? Oh, there we go. That's as much as we can get down. Ugh. I don't want to get launched up into the air by the elastic bands. Okay. It's done. This is our pull-up situation. One of the things that I wanted to work on was behind the neck pull-ups. Behind the neck pull-ups are really hard. Really, 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 really hard because you need a lot of extra shoulder mobility. And for a lot of people, you're not going to have enough mobility. And it's going to make your back and neck and shoulders really weird and uncomfortable. And now I can kind of do them because I got so much help from this. This is sick. I'm a little nervous about how this comes up though. Does it come up slow? No, it comes up fine. Because when we have all 4 bungees, it has a lot of assistance, right? I read on the website before we ordered these that each bungee adds, X amount of pounds of support. And we can get rid of one of the bungees. We can loosen one bungee to just have less support. So if I do this and I get rid of 2 of them, it should offer significantly less assistance. It should make the whole thing a little bit easier. Or, sorry, less ridiculous looking. Oh, yeah, that definitely makes it much harder. Hey, it's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. And then when we don't want it anymore, we're like, this is annoying. We don't want it. We pull it out. We drop. Oh, we can't drop it down that smoothly. Okay, so here's a interesting scenario. In order to hook it in to be the back of this, you kind of have to release this latch right here. And this is kind of hard to do as it's kind of hard to do with it off the thing. So I guess you have to sort of release the latch, put it into second mode, and then do the same on the other side. Don't let it drop out. Put it into the second hole, and then when you take it out, you put it up here. You can there we go. Latch it into place. It's not absolutely wiggle free. Right, oh, that's scary. I don't want this down here. So after you've made the adjustments, now it is a backrest. And we can go wee or wee and do all that stuff. Yeah, I can still do push-ups from here, or pull-ups from here. No worries. Sweet. Somebody was asking about stability earlier. Does it look less stable, less wobbly now that we've assembled it? I think when we're applying like a torquing motion from left and right, there's still a little bit of wiggle, but some of it is I'm just sliding it across the floor, right? And I think the armrests right here do have a little bit more play, it feels like, which kind of makes sense. It's like really narrow, and then it's really long and comes out really far. So leverage is not working in its favor. But when I was actually on it to do the leg lifts, like this, it feels really good. It feels fine. I don't feel like there's any wiggle or anything. Yeah, seems good.
I know Rick said worth spending money on gym equipment, looking after your body and health is important.
Thanks. I agree. I don't know if it was worth 2 hours to set up. I'm just kidding. How long have we been running? How long is this live going for?
1:49 minutes.
What? It actually took 2 hours to set this up? Jeez. Okay.
Okay, over 2 hours. And we can do that in the studio.
Yeah, I can do that. Thanks. The height of the bars are adjustable. There's a big old, since you're at that angle, you can take forever to unscrew this adjustable piece. I'm noticing that it's a little uncomfortable because it's really close to the backrest. The backrest's metal makes it so that when you're, if you have bigger thumbs than me, when you're trying to unscrew it, you hit pretty close to the corner of this thing, and that's uncomfortable. But when this is finally out of here, put that down here. It's very convenient. This is probably not what it was designed to do, but that fits right there just fine. And come on, come on, come on, come on. Wow, there's a really long. Okay, there we go. Boom. The height of the bar is adjustable. The height that you had seen it at was the lowest height that it had, and I can very easily, I'm pretty sure, go up to the height of the ceiling. Oh, no, this is the maximum height. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm looking at the eye holes that it lines up for. That's the maximum height. So it's pretty much to the ceiling for me. And I'm not going to use that setting because it's way too high. I think if we come down one level from the highest position, we can possibly get our chin up to the bar, but our heads would probably get really close to smashing into the ceiling every time we did a pull up. So I think keeping it in its shortest, lowest position is probably going to be. Oh yeah, and then for storage, if we need to move it or something, I guess we can let it drop all the way down. But there's no like way to secure it when it's all the way down. The first hole that is built in at the moment is at this height right here, which isn't super high. It's quite low, which is really good because I'm not that tall. But if you're really, 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 really tall and you're looking for a pull-up bar, it might make sense for you to go double check that it's going to be tall enough for you to hang off the setup.
Unless you're 7 foot tall.
Yeah, but when you have your arms fully extended, right? Like even when you're 5 foot something, when your arms are fully extended, that's like 6 feet something, right? So when you're at 6 feet something, and once you do the pull up and you bring your chin up to the bar, you got another 8, 9, 10 inches. So I think depending on the height of your ceilings, I live on the top floor of this building, and my ceilings are not very high. They're like a little under 8 feet, I think. So I have to make sure that when I do pull-ups, I don't get too high off the ground. And for now, this seems to be just fine. It's a lot less wobbly than the other one that we have, the bull bar.
That's true.
It's not nearly as portable as the bull bar. It weighs way more. Took way more time to assemble, but as it is right now, nope, hold on. Let me take the safety bar out because that thing is scary. And wee, wee. Okay, that is our assembly video. Things that caught my attention. Some of the foam got little tears in it. It does look like it got torn because it just kind of smashed into something a little bit sharper. And so there's like a couple pieces here that are a little torn on the handlebar. I think I saw another place where I think it was in the pull-up bar maybe where there was a little bit of torn foam, but overall that's fine. The setup is really heavy, which makes sense because when we brought the box up, it was really heavy, and that means that this thing is kind of a tank. It's about 80 pounds, which is nice because it feels like it's going to be a little bit more stable. I don't think that if we, didn't have, sorry, let me restate that. If we didn't have all of this stuff here to work on making the pull-ups a little bit easier, I don't think it would be nearly as heavy. I feel like there's probably 30 pounds of weight in just this pull-up pieces. That right there, removing the back piece, is not a very pleasant experience because of the way the hooks are designed. And I did not enjoy that either of the times we just did it. But this feature right here, the main feature that I cared about getting this, seems at the moment still really good. My girlfriend, camera operator, is going to be training on pull-ups for the next several weeks, maybe several months, and we're going to try and get her pull-up strength up. And I'm hoping that this extra assistance will help her practice the full range of motion without struggling too much in any of these parts. So I think this will do the job. We will have to experiment to see how many rubber bands that we actually need to do the exercises. And I will need to try my best to remember to set this up properly so that I don't have rubber bands misaligned and doing weird things and jamming things up. The wheels on this system feel a little bit, I don't know, they don't run that smooth, I feel like sometimes it's almost dragging instead of rolling. So I'm wondering if that is something that just needs a little bit of extra grease. I assume it's bearings, so it has absolutely nothing to do with greasing the bar. But we gotta make sure that Benji doesn't get too close to this, I think, because there's some moving parts and Benji's face gets real close to this height. Other than that, I'm pleased. We haven't done any dips on it since it's been finished. Wee wee. Coming on down and up. And what happens if I do this? Whoa! Okay, this is probably not recommended behavior, but this is cool. I think I think if you're like a child size, you might be able to use this as a standing platform to help you do the pull-ups. So it'll be interesting if I can get my nieces and smaller people to give it a try. Maybe it might work. But if they're gonna mess around, no, nobody's coming up to this place. So we'll see. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm ready to wrap because I am ready to go use the bathroom and eat and turn on the air conditioning and all sorts of other things because this has been finished. I'm gonna take out the trash once I've used the bathroom, and you don't need to be here for any of that. So we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you so much for jumping in and hanging out on this random spontaneous live while I spent 2.5 hours setting up this pull-up tower. It's so far. Ooh, I didn't try the push-up bars for its push-up purposes. I did it for Elsa, but I think it'll be fine. I got distracted. Thank you for being here, asking awesome questions, being moderately, hopefully, entertained by me putting together something randomly in the background while you are working, I presume. And we'll be back at 9 p.m. once I figure out where to put this thing to do some side splits and hip mobility work. Feel free to come back. Feel free to be like, you spent too much time with Ken today and not come back. But regardless, we go live at 9 p.m. every single night to do side splits and hip mobility to build a little bit of consistency to work on our hips. And if that sounds like fun, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back. What else? That's it. That's it. Close the live. Goodbye.